What's up everyone, and welcome back to Fiction to Reviews. This video is brought to you by my self-published book, Rain. It is a psychological thriller about a group of young adults in a psych ward who get this new counselor that's trying to understand their mental illnesses and trying to understand them. But then the counselor shortly learns that these kids might not be crazy and that this place is actually making them crazy, all the while trying to figure out what's going on with him and his psychological demons and his problems. If you would like more information about this book, be sure to hit the link in the description box below. Supporting me and buying these books actually helps me to run this channel. So today we're going to talk about the movie X-Men 2 United. I said I was going to talk about it. Here it is. X-Men 2 United is an action sci-fi film. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's PG-13 and it came out in 2003. The overview. Stryker, played by Bryan, a villainous former army commander, holds the key to Wolverine's, played by Hugh Jackman, past and the future of the X-Men. This threat reignites the call for a Mutant Registration Act. Stryker starts a full-out assault on Professor X's, played by Stewart's mansion and school. After escaping his plastic cell, Magneto, McKellen, proposes a partnership with Xavier and the X-Men to combat this new formidable enemy they both have in common. The director is Bryan. The cast is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, McKellen as Eric, Lensher, Anna Paquin as Rogue, Rebecca Rogen as Raven, Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Famke Janssen as Jean Grey, Halle Berry as Storm, James Martin as Cyclops, Sean Ashmere as Iceman, and more. So I really love this movie. I grew up watching this movie. I remember having it on DVD and watching it so many times. I watched this movie so much that when I watched it now, there were lines that I remembered that I just kept saying. Also, I feel like this might be the best, this might be my favorite X-Men movie. I might like this better than the first one. Because like, when I watched this as a kid, it's like, when you watch X-Men, in your head, you believe that you're an X-Men. I mean, I can't count the countless times where I thought as a kid watching this when I first saw this and I was like, yeah, I'm convinced I'm an X-Men. I have superpowers, walking around thinking I was a mutant. I had superpowers, and I'm pretty sure lots of other people have had this same experience as well as adults. The thing I really love about X-Men is the togetherness in the family, the blended family that they have as a group, as they're not just these people who came together to fight this war. Like, they are actually a family. They care about each other. Even Magneto and Xavier, they came together. Even Magneto came together to go against the true enemy. One of my favorite characters in this movie is Nightcrawler. He opens up the scene and he's going after the president and he has a knife in hand, and right before he's about to stab the president, somebody shoots him, spooks him, and he disappears. He has teleportation, which is very, very, very cool. And he has like this written art all over him. He's very religious, and I just also love his accent. Like, he's just a great character whom I wish would have been shown more in like the updated versions of X-Men. I think he was in like one of the newer ones, but he's just a great character. Magneto, as we know, escapes thanks to Mystique's cleverness. Mystique is just, she's just so badass. Another one of my favorite scenes is when Nightcrawler comes to Mystique and he says, I heard that you can imitate anyone. He's like, even the voice. And she imitates his voice exact to the T. And he's like, well, why don't you just blend it with everyone else and be like everyone else? And she teaches him a lesson that like, I shouldn't have to blend it with everyone else. We shouldn't have to. Like, it's okay to be different. We are mutants and that's okay that we're different. And we shouldn't have to adapt to what everyone else is doing in their lifestyle and be like them. Like, we are who we are. And I thought that was a really good lesson for Nightcrawler, because that showed him like, I can be myself and it's okay. I don't have to try to blend in. So then we get to Logan Wolverine. Stryker ends up being his maker. As we learn, he has a few flashbacks because he's trying to figure out who I am, where I came from, and he learns that he got the metal inside of his body because of Stryker, and he has like little momentary flashbacks. We get a little bit of like what's been going on with him, but he's still trying to uncover that. And in the end, he ends up going with the X-Men, and Stryker's like, one day someone will finish what I started. And the little boy turns around and he's like, with his tongue. I thought that was cute. But also, we see Wolverine grow in this one, and he decides like, I'm gonna be with them, and I choose them. Once again, I choose them than to keep running away every time. One of my favorite scenes visual wise was when Iceman when Bobby Iceman, who puts his hand on the wall and creates like this frozen ice wall, and then Stryker breaks it. I love that scene. I love the behind the scenes of how they did that, how the explosion of the wall happened. And I love that they showed the small bits of other mutants that had powers, like the Tin Man, like the kid who screamed, like the other kid who could change the television channel, the girl who could walk through walls. Like, even though we got to see little parts of that, I loved seeing the different types of mutants, and I just wish I could have just seen more of them. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite scenes, where Stryker comes in with his minions and Wolverine's like, you picked that wrong. He goes crazy. He goes claw Wolverine, as we know, and Bobby's just under the table like, Wolverine's like, you alright? And Bobby's like, speaking of Bobby, his family was so stupid. That little boy, his brother was jealous, called the police. It's like, come on now. He was like, seriously, that was a big mistake to go back and tell them that, because his family was not feeling it at all. But in the end, the X-Men, they get out of this place, they escape, they come back together, but we lose Jean Grey. But in the end, she becomes a Phoenix, which is cool for the next one. And we see in the water the Phoenix eyes, and her power is just incredible. Like, I can't wait to get to Last Stand, because like, her power is crazy. So yeah, I definitely would recommend this film. Definitely go watch it. If you guys want me to review X-Men 3 Last Stand, I think that's the next one, then give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you could be any X-Men, as I said in the last one, who would you be? Comment below and let me know. And peace.